Hi everyone, it's Grant. I am back with another episode of our Inside Crypto podcast, and this week we are back to talking about PECO, our Polygon Ecosystem Index. It has been a week, let me tell you. We had a nationwide power blackout yesterday in Taiwan.
Taiwan is recovering from an island-wide blackout, which affected more than 5 million households. Authorities have blamed the outage on a malfunction at a power plant in Kaohsiung. Affected areas include the capital Taipei, as well as Hsinchu, where the world's largest contract chip maker, TSMC, is based. But officials say operations for companies, including TSMC in Hsinchu Science Park, were not affected. The government has apologized and promised to investigate.
如果停电的话，当然会有室温上的一个问题。那一些冷藏在冰库的一个农作物，可能会造成它的一个寿命会减短。
要做我嘛唔知啊，要做，那我都那会安啦。因为停电要先通知啊。
Which totally messed up my workday, and I should be a little bit more angry about that. But no, it's okay. It's part of life and stuff. And today I'm wearing yellow just because it's supposed to be something to do with Chinese traditional luck or something along those lines. As usual in the PECO series, we're going to talk about PECO, we're going to talk about what's been happening there, the market, price action. Then we're going to dive into the constituents. Today we're going to talk about the rebalance that happened earlier this week. So let's dive in and get started because there's a lot to talk about. A lot's been going on, and let's get started. So first of all, right, PECO is looking good. Our total market cap almost 720,000. It starts off the week, let's look at here, on the 25th of February, 9 p.m. at $4.07. Goes up, it goes all the way down, and I think this is when things are starting to happen with Russia and Ukraine, to $4.50. It peaks up roughly on the 2nd of March, about $5.06. And then it ends off today, and today, the date of the recording of the show, is March 4th at 6 p.m. at $4.85, which is where it is right now. Okay, now one big thing to notice is PECO has rebalanced, right? And you can see the rebalance history here on the tokens.amun.com dashboard. PECO, of course, you can see it rebalanced on March 4th, which is today. And you can see PECO is now down to 4 constituents. Some of you may wonder, like, why? Remember, this is all automated. We don't have any influence over it. There are certain conditions with regards to all of our index tokens that when these conditions are not met, like in terms of liquidity, in terms of market cap, that something gets removed. So at the moment, PECO consists of MATIC, right, 49.67%, Aavegotchi Ghost, 19.69%, Quickswap, 17.13%, Gains Network, 13.51%. Now, great news. Yeah, right, because you guys are always getting the sort of best constituents when it comes to the PECO token. Now, the other big news, of course, is that PECO launched on DigiFinex on Thursday, because today is Friday night my time, so roughly about 18 hours or so. PECO, and we can see it right here, PECO's on DigiFinex, trading at $4.81 at the moment. Of course, lots of news going on with the market, so something to keep an eye on right there. Maybe if you know somebody who is a DigiFinex user, you can mention this to them as well if they're interested in index tokens or the idea of index tokens. Definitely something to think about. And now that we are finished with PECO, we can go on and talk about MATIC, right? Because MATIC is the largest constituent of our PECO index. Lots of news going on with all of our index tokens, right? Lots of news going on with crypto. And today's MATIC news is a bit interesting. I don't know if you guys have been following this news. It's about Bitgert. I'm not sure you pronounce that, is growing exponentially. Now, this has been in the news particularly because Bitgert has what's equivalent, right? It's mentioned right here, a zero gas fee, because this gas fee is technically not zero, but it's so low that it's mathematically the same as zero. Okay. 2 features making Bitgert very popular. 1,000 investors are buying the token in anticipation of the price explosion due to the skyrocketing adoption, of course. The CentSex team has been commended by the crypto community for its fast development of the project. The CentSex website says the team developed an unlimited number of products, right? MATIC has been doing well, especially with the way crypto is developing. There's always somebody who's trying to solve the ultimate problem, which is how do you get these really fast networks, right? Faster than Visa, faster than MasterCard. Keep transactions low cost and still make it like an awesome, seamless user experience. Because, and I've talked about this on the show before, that like buying Solana NFTs or doing stuff on Solana is wonderful because Solana is very fast. But there's still loads of times when I'm staking a Solana NFT and I'm claiming my crypto for staking that NFT, and I click the claim button, and it does take more than a few seconds. It's not like loading up a website. And I think that is what a lot of crypto normies like myself would like, the ability to go to a site, click the button, and depending on how fast your internet is, and a lot of people out here in Asia, right, we're running at least 100 megabit down, at least 100 megabit up. For a lot of people, that we'd want that sort of, fast transaction speed. We don't want to wait for anything. I haven't heard any news about them thinking about improving transaction speed, but maybe they will. But definitely something to keep an eye out. But that Solana is the best at the moment in terms of speed and such a rapid, huge, fast adoption for NFTs on their side. I think they're the number 2 sort of NFT ecosystem after Ethereum, actually. Yeah, even more so than Polygon, even though Polygon's on OpenSea. Okay, let's move on to the other bit of Polygon news, which is Avalanche users can now buy Polygon or BSC assets in a single transaction. Cross-chain messaging protocol Root Protocol has added support for Avalanche's C-chain. So Root Protocol is by the same guys who do DFYN, right? DFYN, which used to be part of our PECO token. Unfortunately, they are now out of the constituents. And this basically means, right, that it's coming towards the idea of the cross-chain world where no matter what chain you're on, you can do something else on another chain, and it's very seamless, very integrated in an interface or so. And this is what Root is helping with Avalanche. C-chain, so short for contract chain, is one of the 3 chains built into Avalanche. The others are X-chain and platform chain. They are validated and secured by a single primary network. This talks about Avalanche. Router would automatically match trades between decentralized exchanges on supported blockchains to look for the cheapest rates. Now, if you watched a previous episode of our PECO show, we talked about Elk Finance, and Elk does a very similar thing where whatever you want to do in Elk, they can help you bridge things across, and it finds an easy route for you to get things done. And as usual, right, all these articles will be in the show notes for you to look at. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And let's move on to Aavegotchi. So we talked about this before, right? We talked about the Gotchi verse 5 Bible. One of the coolest things about Aavegotchi is that they're making this sort of Bible that it makes it easy for you to get into Aavegotchi to understand what's going on, because a lot of these sort of play to earn or metaverse games or NFT games, they're not that easy to understand, and there's a lot of documentation to go through. And this breaks everything down into the Bibles. There's chapter 1 and chapter 2 there. How a chapter becomes canon. This talks about alchemical channeling, which sounds like magic in a sense, right? Alchemical channeling, which refers to as Gotchi Yubi, is a basic daily stipend earned by Aavegotchis that comes directly from the Gotchiverse ether instead of being harvested from the parcel. How much do you receive? That's interesting. Oh, and there's the formula. That's interesting as well. Wearable traits pro. Aavegotchis wouldn't be what they are today without a wide assortment of wearables that can be equipped to amplify their appearance and rarity. The Gotchiverse continues to extend the lore and utility of Aavegotchi wearables. Okay, cool. Wearables always cool. Unique stuff. Guilds and Gotchi Lodge. So if you're a gamer, you know what guilds are: groups of people who play a game together. Let's have a look. What is the Gotchi Lodge? Linking guilds, social Gotchis, GX and GLTR. The key difference between GX and the other DEXs is that GX is designed to fulfill a specific need within the Aavegotchi protocol, owning and incentivizing a liquidity for the Gotchiverse economy tokens. All right, low trading fees, GLR. I guess another token. Wow, Aavegotchi is rarely expanding. Many DEXs reward liquidity providers with a native token of their DEX. Historic examples include Sushi, Quick, Uni, and others. Typically, these tokens are governance tokens of the DEX without much further utility. The GAX breaks from this tradition by introducing GLTR, a token with no governance of the GAX. That responsibly remains with GHST, but a strong utility. Time is the scarcest resource in the world, and in the race to accumulate resources is ultimately the most valuable. The primary utility of GLTR is allowing players in the Gotchiverse to speed up the crafting and upgrading of their installations by burning GLTR. That's interesting. Time is definitely something that could be a resource you could monetize in the metaverse and the NFTverse. let's go have a look at the Aavegotchi Twitter, because there's still a lot of Aavegotchi stuff going on that I wanted to talk about. I didn't want to link to endless Twitter tweets or pages. A new way to passively earn with the Gotchi gang of Aavegotchi.com, Gotchi first. Learn about the fully on-chain Uber of Aavegotchis coming soon. When statues come to life, that's a cool animation. They did a Twitter Spaces over here. You can listen to that 1 hour. It talks about Aavegotchi and what's going on there. We talked about the gaming bubble as well. There is a video that I don't know why. Here it is over here. So it talks about a very famous NFT show. This is also another good something to listen to if you have time. All right, and let's move on to quick. Solana versus Ethereum. Here's the winner when comparing AMM speeds. So AMM is market makers, right? And you guys know some of them, right? Ethereum Uniswap, Seller Uberswap, AVAX Trader Joe, Polygon Quickswap, BSC PancakeSwap, Solana mainnet. Now this of course relates to TPS as well. So to me, it's not surprising Solana is number one because they do have the fastest TPS available. I'm surprised PancakeSwap is here because I thought Polygon was faster than PancakeSwap, but this sort of gives you an idea of where Quickswap is as far as swaps going on. Fast and fierce crypto drift. Readers might have strong reactions to the above figures, but Qureshi advised caution as there's a myriad of ways to measure speed amongst blockchain. What's more, AMMs are ideally getting faster. Alright, note that the spread in performance between chains is less than advertised. Do your own research. If you want to get really high performance, you have to abandon the EVM. Get rid of Ethereum virtual machine. Unique signers peaked at 299k in late January, but tapered off to a bit 230k. That's Solana, of course. And this is it, right? Interesting that the way speeds are working. So definitely, if you are doing swaps, right, Solana definitely seems to be the chain to go. And number 3 is Quickswap. Now let's talk about today's Quickswap news. Today's Quickswap news is numerous, of course. Quickswap still has some dual farms going on. So if you are not new to Quickswap, or if you are new to Quickswap, right, Quickswap has these sort of dual liquidity rewards going on at the moment. So dual rewards are basically, so if you deposit for Telcoin, USDC, right, you're getting 2.88 DQuick a day. You're getting 38,095 TEL per day. TEL and Ethereum, Quick and TEL, PECO and ETH, Book and MATIC. So these are basically all the options you have to basically, instead of like in a typical liquidity mining, right, you deposit 2 things and you only earning 1, but with Quickswap you're earning basically 2 things for all of this stuff that's going on at the moment, right? So you get you're earning DQuick and you're earning MATIC. That's really cool, something to take advantage of if you're into this. Let's have a look at the second page while we have a little bit of time. MATIC USDC, that's pretty cool. MATIC Ethereum, CX, this is probably some like a liquid staked something or the other. All right, and last thing we're going to talk about today is Gains. Now, Gains is our decentralized leverage trading platform, right? With Forex, no sign up required, very anonymous if you're into that sort of stuff. Is since the last time we did a Last Week in PECO episode, is almost at 6 billion in trading volume, which is highly impressive. That's awesome. They are now the 4th largest constituent of our PECO index, and they have some news today, right? So InsurAce gains a new partner. I like that. We're delighted to confirm that we have officially partnered with Gains Network. Gains Network is the innovative DeFi ecosystem of the products on OX Polygon. This partnership is focused on improving security overall. So InsurAce, I'm sure you've already figured out, is an insurance platform, and I love this. We haven't had a chance to investigate new stuff before, so let's have a look at InsurAce's platform. Decentralized multi-chain insurance protocol, 114 protocols protected, $41 million value locked. They covered $257 million, 16 public chains covered. Their token is insured by insurance, stake to earn. And you can see they are protecting FTX, wow, Hedgic, 1inch. There's a bunch, Balancer V1, a Setro, Cash Compound, Aave, Ethereum 2.0, Sushi Shop, V1, Uniswap, Curve, MakerDAO, MCD, Yearn Finance, all vaults on Yearn. That's pretty impressive. So let's have a look, right? Keep assets secure. So against smart contract vulnerability, custodian risk, IDO event risk, stablecoin DPEG risk, right? So that is something we've talked about on the podcast before. The idea that a stablecoin could depeg from like USDT, right? We reward users who provide capital to underwrite insurance risks in the underwriting pool with insured tokens. Start mining, that's interesting. Gain investment returns coming soon. And no KYC is required. Our platform is deployed across multiple chains, providing maximum flexibility for users. That's interesting because I would say a lot of crypto at the moment is moving towards KYC. My wife just got a message from the platform that we like to use, Nexo, and required her to do KYC, and she's very much against that. I'm KYC'd everywhere, of course, because I don't care. But I think they probably will have to do KYC at some point again in the future. Fair and transparent governance, right? Being on the blockchain, of course, they are fair and transparent. That makes sense. All right, they have a nice, cool mobile. That's very cool as well. Investors, right? Defines capital. Almeida Research, Hobby DeFi Labs. Not surprised there. Hobby's into everything. Signum Capital, featured in a lot of them. Their partners. Ooh, there was a lot of partners. This explains the FAQ. Want to receive updates as well. I shall definitely have to subscribe to this in my own time. And our InsurBNB farm. So on PancakeSwap, you can do some farming. Very cool. And let's go back and have a chat. So guys, this is it. Next week, so what's coming next week, right, is next week we are going to do a last week in DeFi show, right, with our DeFi protocol, probably start of the week. And then I'm going to talk to my former coworker, Adam, get him to talk about why he's not into crypto on the weekend. We'll do that next week. And that is it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and my very bright yellow t-shirt. And I will see you guys next week. Later, guys.